Hey everybody, it's Leslie from GoToKitchens.com. I'm sorry if you think that this is a scope about exercise. My title might have led you to believe that. This is not a scope about Hey everybody, this is a scope about your metabolism. Dun, dun, dun. We're talking about metabolism this week. Let me adjust my camera. Hey everybody, it's good to see you on here. Hey Ellen, it's been so long since I've seen you. Thank you. It's good to see you, Ellen. It's good to see you, S. Jordan, Unsugar Mama, the Unsugar Mama. Yeah, it's so good to see you. Lolita, oh my goodness. I love seeing you girls here. Hello from Indonesia. Hello, Indonesia, from Colorado. Hey, it's good to see you. Hi, everybody. So my name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. Well, it's good to see you anyway. Hi, Angie. Good to see you. Okay, a couple more comments like that from you, and you're going to be on the block party. I don't want to block you. I don't like blocking people, but we are here to talk about metabolism, not about sexy. So today, this week, actually, we're going to talk all about your metabolism. What do you guys think about my new lights? Pretty sassy, right? You can actually see me. I have new lights in the studio or in my office, and I think they're great. I can actually see myself. I can see the comments really well. I'm lit really well, so I'm happy about that. And you guys can see my goofy face when I make them. Hey, RS Marlin, thanks for joining. Chico to Love, thank you guys for all being here. So my name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. The Diva lights, right? It's because my house is so poorly lit. We actually get a lot of natural sunlight in this house, but we have lots of trees. So in the summertime, it's really, yeah, you really can't see it. How to shake those last 3 pounds. So, okay, so that is what we're going to talk about this week, actually. Good. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about metabolism. Let me just get through my introduction. My name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. It's right in the title of this scope. If you guys want to head on over after this broadcast, there is nothing for sale over there. I am not selling a thing. You cannot buy anything from me. I have nothing for sale. There's not even any affiliate links over there. There is nothing for sale over there. The only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health. And so today we are going to talk about your health at its core purpose. So we're going to talk about actually putting energy in our body and what comes out as energy or gets stored as fat. And so we're going to talk about metabolism. So I apologize if you thought that this scope was about exercising, because it is not about exercising. It is about your metabolism. So we are going to talk all week about your metabolism. I'm going to talk today. We're going to talk about why you should even care about your metabolism. What does it do? Why do you, hey, it's good to see you, Lenny. Why should you care about it in the first place? And so that is what we're going to talk about today. Then the rest of the week, we're going to break it down. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about different kinds of foods that actually affect your metabolism negatively. And we're going to do that actually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to talk about the foods. And then on Friday, I'm going to throw down with you guys in the kitchen, and I'm going to give you a recipe that is a metabolism dynamo. I mean, it is going to rev you up. So I'm going to do that on Friday. But tomorrow, we're talking about sugars and artificial sweeteners. Wednesday, we're going to talk about alcohol and dairy. Thursday, we're going to talk about grains and oils. So that's right. I'm going to throw down. We're going to do that on Friday. Throwing down in the kitchen, cooking in the kitchen. I need to ban all metabolism slowing foods. Well, I'm going to teach you about some of them this week, and you can make the decision, Lolita, if they need to be banned out of your diet or not. I bet some of them you aren't doing anyway. So what is your metabolism? What is it? Everybody talks about it. When you talk to somebody who talks a lot about weight loss or exercise, they're always talking about your metabolism. But what in the heck is your metabolism? What does it do? So basically, hey Heather, everybody, Heather is my rock star. She just popped in. You see her right there, Hiko. Heather is my rock star. If you guys have not checked out her graphics that she's making for me on Twitter, you have to go check them out. And everybody encourage her to make a business out of it because she's really, really good at it. So it is really, she's amazing. So, yes, I'm just singing your praises, Heather, right there as soon as I saw you pop in. So, okay, so what is it? What is your metabolism? What does it do? Why do we have it? Why do we even talk about it? Why do we ever talk about metabolism? So your metabolism is it's the sum of all the chemical reactions in your body. But what does that mean? I keep hearing that and I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean? That means that every chemical reaction that happens in your body, it equals what your metabolism is, okay? So even when you're resting at night, so let's say you're asleep at night, your body is still functioning. Your body's digesting. Hey, Robin Nance, your body's digesting, your body is breathing, your eyes are flickering, your brain is dreaming, your circulation system is moving blood, your heart is pumping. It still needs energy to make all of those things happen. And that is the type of chemical reaction. Now let's talk about during the day. Holy cow, I'm going to sit right here and do a scope with you guys. I need the energy. My body needs the energy to make my mouth move, to make my brain function, to make my eyes blink, to make my eyes see, to adjust for the light, to move my hands around, to go to the bathroom, to pick up a fork, to get put food in my mouth. It needs energy to do every single function that it does. So how do we get the energy? We get the energy by fueling it with the foods that we're putting in our body. Now this is where food starts to become, for real deal, it's important. Because when you're putting garbage in, you're getting garbage fuel. So have you ever gotten bad gas in your car? What do you think about the lighting, Robin? It's pretty good, right? Yes, it's true. It is amazing what our bodies do even while we're sleeping. So have you ever gotten bad gas in your car? Have you ever put fuel in your car and it starts to spit? Actually, cars don't do that so much, but older cars used to spit and they used to sputter and they didn't want to go, like they didn't want to function very well. That's what happens when you're putting bad foods into your body. Your metabolism or your energy source stops firing on all cylinders. And so it creates a oppression, if you will, in your system. So your metabolism, to fuel it properly, is so important. I can see I'm gonna have to adjust lighting a little bit because my necklace keeps catching the light. Ping! It's like ting! And then I can see some, oh, it just did it. And then I can see some shadows. So I'm gonna move my hair over to hide my necklace so it doesn't blind you guys. So all the repairs that your body is doing. So your body is constantly, it is designed to repair itself. Let's say you go to the gym or I did yoga this morning. Now, you guys know my story that I've been battling a virus and I've been slowly getting back into yoga. This morning, I pushed myself. Okay, see ya, sorry. I pushed myself in yoga this morning to just stretch a little bit further and to just get a little bit deeper into downward dog, into some positions that I couldn't even do like 3 weeks ago. And so I pushed myself a little bit more today, a little bit harder than I would. And I already am feeling a little sore. So my body is designed to take the energy that I feed it, the good energy that I feed it, and start repairing the damage straight away. So damage meaning that my muscles have been overstretched, that my tendons have been overstretched a little bit. And so it is actually designed to start that repair process right now. Let's take, for instance, cancer, okay? Let's say you get cancer in your body. Now, you guys have all heard me say that every single one of you have cancer in your body right now. We all have cancerous cells in our body. It just decides whether it turns on or not. So your body needs energy, and it needs good energy to help repair those cells that may or may not be cancerous. You can even get cell damage from non-cancerous. So it is, your body needs that energy, and that is what your metabolism is. That is what is metabolizing and what is creating that energy source. So you see people that are sluggish and don't have a lot of energy and don't want to do anything and just want to sit on their booties all day, every day, and don't want to go to the gym and don't even want to go to the grocery store. That is because they are not feeding their body properly. That's because they're not exercising their body properly to get that metabolism. So what happens? When you're feeding your body, you're making the energy that it needs to do all those functions that I just talked about, all those scenarios plus a billion more things that I don't even understand, quite frankly, that your body is doing. I've been taking an anatomy class. Robin and I have been taking an anatomy class for about 3 months now. And the more I learn about the body, the more I understand what it does every single day, the more in tune I am with it, and the more affection I have for my own self and for my body and for the miracle that is every single day of me opening my eyes and getting out of bed and drinking my water and going to the bathroom and making breakfast and eating breakfast and getting rid of breakfast and exercising and doing scopes and my brain's working and doing all this stuff. It is a miracle. Our bodies are truly miracles. So it's just when you start thinking about it down to a cell, hey Donna, down to a cellular level, that metabolism is so important for so many functions. Hey, it's good to see everybody. Thanks everybody that's just popping in. So what happens when you're taking in more energy? So we're going to refer to food as energy. What happens when you're taking in more energy than you need? What happens then? I'll tell you what happens in a spare tire. That's what happens in that muffin top that you hate, those thighs that you don't like, that butt that won't fit in those jeans, that back fat on the back of the bra, that double chin. That's what happens. I'm not saying you guys have that, by the way. I'm just saying that's what happens when you're taking in. That's right. It goes a lot of places. It depends on who you are, where it goes, actually. But for women, mostly it goes to our middle sections, and especially the type of processed foods that are out there today. They tend to go right to the midsection and right to the butt and the hips. And so you get the point. Right? I just pointed out like all the nasty things that you could possibly think of, right? And things that you don't want. But that's what happens when you're taking in too much energy and you're not expelling enough energy, then that is what happens. You get all of those areas that you absolutely despise, that you're trying to get rid of. I just heard somebody say on here, they're trying to get rid of those last 3 pounds. I understand. I fluctuate. My body fluctuates 5 pounds on a regular basis. And that is because of either I'm too busy to exercise, I've overeaten, I've been on vacation. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. It's time for my period. I mean, my body retains water like a crazy person when I'm actually having my period. That's way more information than you probably wanted, but it does. And I fight that constantly. And so actually it's getting better. The healthier I get, the better that gets. But for a long time, I could fluctuate 5 to 7 pounds in that time period. So anyway, but if you're taking in more than your body needs, what happens is that it starts, hey Dana, it's good to see you. It starts to store the fat, or it starts to store that energy, and it makes the fat. Taking in too much energy. That's right. We need to have the energy depletion diet. That's what we need. That's your energy, right? All my energy is sitting right in my midsection. So all the energy that I would like to get rid of is sitting right in that spare tire muffin top region. So I understand, Lolita, completely. Working on it though, working on it every day almost. So that's what happens. So a lot of people will say, I can't lose weight because I have a slow metabolism. Have you ever heard anybody say that? I would love to lose weight, but I have a slow metabolism and I just can't lose weight. Ding. Thanks for playing. Not true. Doesn't happen. A slow metabolism is because you're putting crappy foods in your body. A slow metabolism is because you are not getting enough exercise. But to have a clinically slow metabolism is very rare. So in other words, you were born with it, or it became part of your life because of a disease or something like that. That is actually very, very rare, because a body that is alive has a metabolism, slow or fast. It has, if you are alive and you're breathing, you're metabolizing. So because every living thing, even plants metabolize. My dog metabolizes. Anything that's growing or living, the little scobies that are, the little bacteria that we have in our kombucha, they are metabolizing. So anything that is growing, inside, outside, whatever, human, not human, anything that's growing actually is metabolizing. That's how we grow. That's how things get broken down and how things build up. And there's actually clinical terms for that. Anabolic would be I think anabolic is actually hold on, let me think. The small molecules building into larger ones, and the catabolic is the ones that are actually the large ones breaking down into small ones. I think I have that right. So it's actually like, I don't get very sciencey with you guys because I'm not very sciencey, but that is actually what's happening. So it's the constant buildup and breaking down is what metabolism is. So if you think of it as like, firing on and off, that's what's happening. So just completely layman's there. So having a clinically slow metabolism is very, very rare. There are people that have it. There are people that have trouble losing weight, but typically it's not their metabolism. Sometimes it's a hormone deficiency. Sometimes it's actually a gut health issue. It could be other things, but it's probably not a slow metabolism. Now then, as we age, our metabolism does slow down. And the reason that happens is because our bodies have stopped growing. So we don't get any taller. Our brains are not still developing, although I do think our brains are developing all the time. You do build muscle, so you can still build muscle at a later age, but our organs are not still growing. Those things are not, our spines and our bones, although they are still growing all the time, but we're not getting taller. Hopefully we're not getting wider. So as we age, our metabolism does tend to slow down, but that is a natural progression. That is not something that you're doing wrong. That is just a natural progression. As you age, those things start to slow down as the need becomes less. So what happens at that point is that we age, we tend to put on some fat. So we put on that belly fat, we put on that booty fat, we put on that hip fat, we put on that arm fat, that part, that nobody likes, that jiggly part, the chin, we put all that on. And so it does eventually kind of slow our metabolism down, but that is not because your body's doing it naturally. That's because you are doing it to yourself. So let's just be crystal clear about that, okay? If you're not exercising, it's going to slow down your metabolism. If you're eating a lot of prepackaged foods, a lot of processed foods, it's going to slow down your metabolism. If you're eating a lot of sugar, like refined sugar, well, any kind of sugar, actually. If you're eating a lot of it, it's going to slow your metabolism down. If you are on a type of fast that is, some people try to fast for like 2 weeks, that's going to slow your metabolism down. If you are, as we age, it slows down. So there's a lot of things. If you're overeating, it's going to slow your metabolism down. So typically, if you're overweight, you're not exercising and you're eating too much. So you're taking in too much energy and not expelling enough energy. So you need to reverse that, where you expel more energy than you're taking in to actually make the weight leave your body. So, but that's a delicate process, and I don't want you guys to overthink that. I don't want you to start thinking, well, if I starve myself and exercise all the time, that's going to be good for you, because that is not good for you either. That is actually very detrimental, can be just as detrimental as being overweight. So you want to be very careful. If you're not sure how to diet, if you're not sure how to balance that metabolism and how to get that equal parts of, in and out, then hire a professional to help you with that. Hire somebody that, like Lenny Motivates, hire a professional, get on a program with somebody that can help you get through that process. So there's my tip on that. So Have you ever seen the commercials? This is one of the commercials that I just scratch my head at, and I think, oh my gosh, every woman on the planet should be ticked off about this commercial. And that, I don't even know what product it is, but it's a little drawing of a little man and a little woman, and they both start out overweight, and it's for some diet pill or something, I don't know. And he goes on this diet, and they show him like shrinking down, like, you know, like into this crazy thin, you know, super buff little caricature thing. And then it shows her, and she just loses a little bit of weight, but they still portray her as lumpy dumpy. But if you take this pill, you're going to look like him. That commercial drives me nuts, because what they're saying basically is that, you know, this works great for men. You know, dieting works great for men, but it doesn't work great for women, and you need a pill to solve that problem. The truth is that men are built more muscular than women. Now, this is not every man, and this is not every woman, so I'm not just throwing everybody downtown in a box. I'm just saying that traditionally, or when we think about it, men are more muscular than women. Their bodies are built to work and to do the things. That's how they've evolved. And so, and again, not every man, not every woman. I know women that could kick some guys' butts. I mean, they're super buff and, you know, have great muscle tone and everything. But I just traditionally, we're just talking about what we think about when we think about a man and a woman. Men do have more muscle mass than women do. So therefore, because muscle burns more energy than fat does, women typically have more fat. We're designed to carry babies. We're designed to feed babies. That's what our bodies are designed to do, whether you like it or not. That's what it's designed to do. That's what the female body. So we have more fat than men do typically. Typically, men are leaner than women, but they have more muscle mass, and so they burn energy faster than women do. And that's why it's easier for them to lose weight than it is for women. Now, as a woman, if you want to burn more fat and get leaner and meaner, then you need to start working on those small muscle groups. You need to start doing light weight training. That will help ramp up that muscle production and help the metabolism start to rev up. So that's what your metabolism is. That's what it does. That is very layman's. You can go online and watch video after video after video about all the scientific and the clinical descriptions of metabolism, but that is basically, in a nutshell, what it's doing for you. And I wanted to go over that because I don't want to just jump in talking about metabolism and then you guys at the end of it going, well, why does that matter anyway? Why do I even want to care about that? So you can do very little to change your resting metabolism rate. So maybe when I'm resting, my metabolism is slower than yours. I think that my husband's is actually faster than mine. In fact, I know it is because we can eat the same thing and he doesn't gain any weight and I will gain like 2 pounds. So I know that his metabolism works a little bit faster than mine does, but he's more muscular than I am as well. He's much more fit and much more toned than I am. So I know that his muscles actually burn more energy than the little bit of fat that I have resting around my middle section, because basically it just keeps on storing that fat there if I overeat, so and not expelling enough energy back out. So this week we're going to break down well, that's we balance each other out, honey. That's my husband right there, Robin Nance, by the way. So we balance each other out. You're the strong one, I'm the smart one, and together we're like the dynamic duo. Right? Okay, so this week we're going to break it down. We're going to break down the 5 food groups that I think that you should pay attention to when you want to pay attention to your metabolism. If you're trying to lose those last 3 pounds, if you're trying to lose those first 20 pounds, it doesn't matter. These are foods that you need to be paying attention to. Now, I am never going to say to you, you got to not eat these foods ever, ever, ever. I'm just going to say to you that you need to eat, you need to be careful, and you need to watch these foods in moderation. You know that I never axe anything completely out of a diet. The only thing I don't want you to eat is I don't want you to eat traditional produce and I don't want you to eat traditional dairy and meat. I want you to try to find organic. But that is because of the toxicity load. It doesn't have anything to do with your metabolism. So So yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to break all that down this week. And then I'm going to give you some ideas. Each food group that I talk about, I'm actually going to replace those ideas with some good foods. So we're going to talk, when we talk about sugar and artificial sweeteners, I'm actually going to give you some good ideas to replace that and how to wean yourself off of those sugar cravings that you have. So that's coming up tomorrow. And then we talk about alcohol and dairy. Again, I'm going to tell you what you should be avoiding, and I'm going to tell you what you can eat. So I never leave you out there without a solution. One of the things that I hate the most about a lot of diet and health people is that they tell you all the things that you can't do, but they don't leave you with a solution. And so I always want to leave you with a solution so that you have a good foundation for getting that metabolism revved up and on track to either lose weight or to maintain weight or just to feel better. When your metabolism is working well, you feel amazing. You have all this energy. Your body is able to repair easier. So when you do something strenuous, your body actually recovers faster. If you have a surgery, you know, I have a very dear friend that had a very serious surgery, and she came to me and she said, you know, I'm going to have the surgery, you know, one way or the other, I have to have the surgery. But what I want to do is I want to fortify my body and get it ready for the surgery. So we took steps. We put her on a path to fortify her body, to get it ready for the trauma that it was about to experience. The next time she had the surgery, she did amazingly well, like in the 2 percentile well. That's how well she did. She did so well. And then after the surgery, we kept that fortification going. We kept going with that healthy diet and keeping her body fortified. And she came out on the other side of the surgery, and she saw her doctor like 2 weeks after surgery. And he's like, "What are you doing? I mean, you've healed so quickly. You look so amazing." The same thing happened to me after I had breast cancer and I had the surgery that cut into my breast and took out a golf ball size tumor. The tumor wasn't golf ball size, but a golf ball size of tissue in there. They actually, it was incredible how fast my body healed, and they were just amazed. But it was because I had fortified myself. I had taken like only 3 weeks. I had taken like 3 weeks to fortify myself. That's how quickly your body responds to things like that. I fortified myself and got it into a place so that when I had the surgery that it was ready to roll. And part of that is getting that metabolism working correctly so that the repair functions that need to happen in your body happen quickly and efficiently. So your body is running efficiently. Sorry about my necklace. I apologize for that. So yes, so then we're going to talk about grains and white bread. I'm going to throw down with some information that's going to give you some tips and tricks to wean your. I love bread. I love bread. I want to eat bread every single day. I still crave bread. It's still hard. It's still something that's very hard for me to just turn away from if it's sitting at the table. I don't always deny myself bread, but white bread especially, like I love like a good French loaf or something like that that's hot out of the oven with some butter. Holy cow, I can't wait for those sorts of things. And so, but I'm going to give you some alternatives to think about and what you should be eating if you're going to eat bread. I can probably actually show you some examples of some sprouted breads that would actually be better for you. Then we're going to talk about oils, the type of cooking oils that you should be avoiding that are going to slow down your metabolism as opposed to oils that will actually rev it up. And then on Friday, I'm going to teach you a recipe that is going to amaze you. It is so good and it's so easy, and your family's going to love it, and it is going to really kick your metabolism in the butt. So that's what's coming up this week. So I am done talking about metabolism right now. That was like a record scope for me. I went really quickly, so I'm sorry if you had a hard time keeping up. I was flying through that information today. So does anybody have any questions? Can I answer any questions for you? And while I'm waiting for those questions to pop up, I just want to show you, there was this very lovely woman. Do you see these little towels? And then look at this detail work that she did up here, this little crochet work. My husband is a clock repairman. Look at the little details with the little turkey and the little button. So thoughtful. Love this. My husband was doing a house call this morning. He's a clock repairman, and he was out on a house call. And this woman is actually dying of cancer. She's elderly and she's dying. She doesn't have long for this world, but she makes these little handmade towels. And I just wanted to give her a shout out today because I wanted to put it out there in the world how precious this is. But she makes these little towels and she just gives them out as gifts. And I just think that it's so sweet, and I think I'm going to cherish these forever. I don't even know her. I've never even met her personally. Robin knows her, has met her personally, of course. But to me, I don't even need to know her. I know what kind of woman she is just from this type of care and this type of acknowledgement to another human being that she appreciates them. This is her way of acknowledging that other human being. And I just think it's just, I think it's absolutely precious that she did that. And I bet you a lot of you would think that, oh, that's old fashioned and I would never put that in my kitchen because it doesn't match, you know, whatever. Shame on you. This kind of stuff is a treasure. If I will have these until I die. I just think they're so precious. And I just think that they're such a beautiful gift for anyone to, and it's something that I think that we have lost in our society, that compassion for humanity, that second level of compassion for humanity, where you do things for people with nothing, expecting nothing in return. And I think that we're losing that slowly. And so that to me is a huge symbol of that compassion, and that I appreciate you, and that, hey, it's good to see you, Jen. So I just think that we're losing that. And so I just want to encourage you guys as we near Thanksgiving, as we get near that holiday. It's good to see you here. Mama Jean. Hey, Debbie. Oh my goodness, all these new people popping in. Hey, Debbie, it's good to see you. Just a quick recap. My name is Leslie. My website is gotokitchens.com. It's right here in the title of this scope. Yes, appreciation in life versus expectations. Lolita, you nail it every single time. Holy cow, girl, you nail it. I'm serious. You take what I say and paraphrase it into like 5 words and make it beautiful. And you have a gift for that. And I hope you realize it. So again, gotokitchens.com. There's nothing for sale over there. The only thing that I want you to buy from me is I want you to buy into your own health. So it's all information, nothing for sale over at gotokitchens.com. And consider being a VIP, please. It's absolutely free. You get a free ebook, How to Fall in Love with Your Kitchen and Yourself. And that is the end of the commercial. So does anybody have any questions about metabolism that I can answer? I'm taking questions right now. You do have a gift, Lolita, and I'm dead serious. It is a true inspirational gift that you have for that. I mean, what I say in like 20 words, you say in like 5, and it's just beautiful. So yes. Hello, welcome in everybody. We just finished our talk. If you're a replay viewer, the talk about metabolism, other than the questions that may be coming up. Good, I'm glad. How can I increase my metabolism? So here's just some quick tips on increasing metabolism. Number 1, exercise. So your metabolism is the sum of all things going in and all things going out. So energy going in, energy going out. So energy going in, hi from New York City. Energy going in is going to be the food that you're intaking. The quality of the food makes a big difference. If you're eating a bunch of fried foods, fried in hydrogenated oils and trans fats and all that sort of thing, your sauerkraut can stay refrigerated for a long time. Yeah, number 1, exercise. So I want you to think about getting some sort of exercise, because if your metabolism is sluggish, it is typically because you are taking in a lot of garbage foods, and your body is searching for nutrients. And so, and either that or you're storing a lot of fat. So you're eating a lot of fatty foods. So the best way to combat that is to stop doing that and eat whole real foods, and then get some exercise so that you can balance what's going in and what's going out. If you want to lose weight, that actually needs to be reversed, and you need to take in less than is going out, but in a very safe way. That is the best way to rev it up. The other way that I know to rev it up is to get rid of sugars. Excuse me, to get rid of the sugars in your diet. Yes, everything helps. That's right. Get rid of the artificial sweeteners. Drink more water. Get rid of the processed grains out of your diet. Go to sprouted grains instead, and stop using canola oil. That's going to be in the oil talk. But yeah, I would stop using canola oil and think about different fats in your body. Getting fats is so, you may be drinking too much water, actually. It depends on how much you weigh. What do I think of stevia? I think that all artificial sweeteners are artificial sweeteners. And I know that it comes from a biological plant. I understand that stevia is a plant. But I do not think, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, actually, about the different types of sweeteners. But to me, it is still something that is processed. So yeah, 2 gallons of water, that would be a lot. It depends on how much you're exercising as well. And I'm sure looking at those statistics, I know that you know what you're talking about. So you know how much water you should be drinking. Yeah, so check it out tomorrow. Coconut oil is amazing. Coconut oil should also be used in moderation. People go downtown crazy with stuff like this. So stop taking canola and lose weight and lost weight. Yeah, canola oil is okay in moderation. Like, I wouldn't say if you went to a friend's house and you know that they fried whatever it is in coconut oil, or use coconut oil, excuse me, not coconut, but canola oil in something. I mean, you don't have to run away like, you know, canola oil, you know, you don't have to do that. But using it on a daily basis, I would recommend that you would cut it out. So your body just doesn't know what to do with it. It gets it in and it goes, you know, I don't know what to do with this. But it recognizes coconut oil. It recognizes olive oil. It recognizes those types of oils. So yes, that's absolutely true. Avocado oil if you want to do high temperature cooking. So if you want to deep fry or anything like that, you're going to have to go with an avocado oil, which also will break down as well and become rancid and actually toxic to the body. Same thing with olive oil. That's right. That's exactly right. Avocado oil is great. Again, you want those fats in there, but you want to get those fats from natural sources as well. So all oil, you have to think about, all oil has been processed. It just didn't come out of the plant naturally like that. Like, they don't just open up an avocado and oil pours out. Or they don't just open up a coconut and coconut oil pours out. It's all still processed. So those are things that you want to limit. You don't want to think that you're getting all of your fat from those sources, but they are acceptable things to cook from. So, so I would recommend that you get your fat from other sources, from natural sources, nuts, avocados, seeds. Those would be things that I would recommend. Whey protein shakes. So, you know, Mama Jean, I don't know if you know, but whey is a byproduct of dairy. So I really don't have a definite opinion about it. I actually do use some whey. It just depends on, I plan my day, so I know how much protein that I'm going to get. And whey is a complete protein. So meaning that it has all the essential amino acids that you need for the protein count, and so that your body knows what to do with it. However, I wouldn't use it on a regular basis. So it's not something that I put into my smoothies on a regular basis. If I am going to use that, if I'm going to use whey, it's not something that I use on a regular basis. I do have it and I do use it, but it depends on how much protein I think I'm going to get the rest of the day. So if I have planned a day of nothing but vegetables, I'm going to get some proteins from that, but I know that I'm going to need more. So I use the whey in a smoothie in the morning, or an afternoon smoothie or something like that. I do not believe in replacement shakes. I do not believe, and I'm sorry for those of you that are like Herbalife and things like that, but I do not think that replacement shakes are good for the body. It is so much better for you to eat your foods, to find the foods that nourish your body, than trying to skip and cut corners on shakes. So yeah, Shakeology, things like that. I mean, they're okay for short-term use if you're trying to lose some weight, but not for long-term meal replacements. So I'd rather see you, if you think that you only have time for a shake or something like that, I'd rather see you do like a vegetable juice or something, you know, that you've actually done yourself, or a smoothie of some kind. I missed that last comment. I'm sorry, you're going to have to retype that giant comment. I apologize that I totally missed that one. I'm sorry. I was on about the whey. So that's how, but if you want to do like a protein replacement on a daily basis, so you want, let's say you're making smoothies every day, then I recommend like a collagen protein. Absolutely. You're absolutely right there. I recommend a collagen, a pea protein. That would be great. A hemp protein, but you have to understand that hemp and pea proteins do not have all of the essential amino acids. So you need to make sure that you're getting all your essential amino acids when you're talking about a complete protein. So most pea protein will not. So if you can find a combination of pea protein, hemp protein, and I can't remember the other one they put in, that will give you all, I think it's 14 of the essential amino acids that you need coming out of the protein. So we're getting really technical there. I apologize for that. Any other questions that I can help you guys with? I'd be happy to do that. Yep, I don't do a lot of casein, but yes, that is something that you could do. Depends on where you're at in your fitness levels, in my opinion. If you're a 45-year-old woman who is struggling with her hormones and her weight, I do not recommend that you do that, but yes. Yes, if you're fit and you are, you have your weight under control, I think that casein proteins are fine. I'd rather you see if you're trying to curb that, curb that glucose reduction while you're sleeping at night, so your body loses the glucose and therefore sometimes it disrupts your sleep because you're hungry. I mean, you may not have the physical signs of being hungry, but your body thinks that it's hungry. I'd rather you see like a half a teaspoon of honey or something to try to combat that right before bed, other than the dairy products. So I'm not against dairy products. Yes, it's true. Absolutely. Everything in moderation. Yes, I do believe that. So does anybody have any questions that I can answer for you about anything? I'll take any health questions at this point. I'm happy to do that if I can answer them. If not, I'll try to point you in the right direction where you can get the answers. So just to recap, we've talked about metabolism today. If you're a replay viewer, you'll have to, or if you're just popping in, you'll have to go watch the replay to actually hear about metabolism. And then tomorrow we're talking about, I don't like to call them metabolism death foods because I did call them that. And I actually want to retract that a little bit. These are foods that are just actually going to slow down your metabolism and things that you need to watch in moderation. So sugar, artificial sweeteners tomorrow, Wednesday, alcohol and dairy. You do not want to miss that one. I'm telling you, that's a really good one. Thursday, grains, white and wheat bread. And then we're going to talk about oils or the different types of fats that you can get. And then on Friday, I'm going to throw down with an amazing recipe for you guys that will help boost your metabolism and make you feel better. It's full of omega-3s. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. It's Watch Your Six. So tell me your name. So when I see you again, hopefully I can remember it. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Awesome. 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 I'm going to be sad when the Halloween bats are over. I like those Halloween bats. Nick from New York. Hi, Nick from New York. I'm Leslie from Colorado. So... all right, well, I'm going to sign off and I'm going to go get some lunch, because I'm hungry, I'm starving. So it's time to eat because my body's telling me it's time to eat. So here's what I want you guys to focus on today. We talked quickly about the lady that made these for my husband hi, Mary. It's good to see you. Yeah, you're welcome. We talked quickly about the woman that made these out of the goodness of her heart and just passed them out to people that are almost complete strangers. My husband got a couple of them, actually got 2. That's right. I know, maybe so, something like that. My husband got 2 of these, and today I just want to leave you with the thought of being thoughtful and being considerate and having compassion for humanity, because you know what? This woman is actually not long for this world. She is dying and she's making these beautiful gifts and spreading her love throughout the world. I know, aren't they beautiful, Mary? I love them. I think they're just so precious. I don't even know the woman, but to me, they're just a precious piece of gold. So she's just spreading her compassion and her love out in the world, with the thought of that she may make somebody's day with a simple gesture like this, to just make something that she's made with her own 2 hands. The thoughtfulness that she has taken to make these and to spread these out is such a beautiful thing. And it's something that we're losing. It's something that we're not teaching our kids. We're teaching our kids to be selfish individuals. We are teaching them to only think about themselves. And that needs to change. It needs to change on a big, large level. And we need to start focusing on the compassion that we need to have for all the other living things that are on this planet. We are not the only ones on this planet. The 13 of you that are here and me and all the replay viewers, we are not the only ones on this planet. There are other people to be considered of. There are people that are having bad days that maybe you feel tempted to flip off in the car because they're being idiots. And that's awesome. Good for you. There are people that are in the grocery store that cut in front of you in line and you just want to scream at them. And there are stupid people on the phone that you think are so mean and evil to you, but maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe their dog just died. Maybe their mom just died. Maybe they're sick. You don't know what's going on with them. So having that compassion and feeling that human compassion is such a loss in this country and in this world, on this planet. We're losing all of our compassion. And I just want to encourage you guys, if you do one thing today, if you just do one thing, give somebody a break. Just give them a break. Just give them that slide, give them that pass, because you don't know what's going on with them. So they may be somebody even in your own family. This may be somebody that you live with on a daily basis, but you don't know what's going on in their mind. You don't know what's happening. So make sure that you just give that slide. And we are entering into a time frame where we start thinking about being grateful and being thankful for things. And so I just want you to be thankful for all the humans that are on this planet. No matter what we look like, no matter what color our skin is, no matter what our belief is, we are still all humans. We still all breathe. We still all use metabolism. All of our hearts beat. We still all live here on one little tiny planet, and we are being forced to get along, and we're forcing ourselves to get along, and that needs to change, because we need to have compassion. Doesn't need to be a force thing. It needs to be a compassion that goes forward into this planet. So I just want to share that with you guys today. I want you to be well and healthy, and being compassionate, it takes you one step further of being healthy, because your brain relaxes into the idea that you're a human just like all these people that you share this planet with, and all these things that you share this planet with. And that makes you a healthier, happier person. So takes the stress off of you, and you don't have to worry so much about being angry all the time. So compassion, when you have the habit of compassion, you do not have the habits of being angry or being spiteful or being disagreeable. Those habits fade away when you have compassion. So I just want you guys to think about that. I want you to think about your metabolism, and I want you to join me tomorrow at noon, Lunch with Leslie. I can't wait to see you here. We're going to talk about sugar and artificial sweeteners and what they do to your metabolism. And then next week, the whole week is going to be about sugar. So hopefully I won't steal my own thunder. Hopefully I won't do that. But yeah, so tomorrow we're going to take about half an hour and talk about sugars and what you can do to help replace those if you're having a sugar battle. So okay, you guys have an amazing day. Know that I love you, and I only want you to be well. Please go check out gotokitchens.com, and thank you all for watching every single day. I appreciate it so much beyond words. And okay, that's me. I'm gonna go have lunch. Love ya. Bye.